In this session, I'm going to tell you some new techniques. Let's see. Firstly, I close this file, and then I want to open a new template file. Suppose that here we got a roof, a sloped roof, that one of the sides, we want to have some specific materials on one of the sides. For instance, this is only used in these small projects, okay, not in larger scale projects. Anyway, we open level 2 roof 5 footprints, peak wall using overhang 1200 millimeters, and then we draw the sloped roof like this way. Okay, then from now on, for continue, we modify to a slope glazing. After this, I open edit type, I duplicate a new type, roof 01. Then I want to specify the dimensions or the layout of the tiles. Fix the stance for hundreds and 400s. Okay. Then this is the result. Check it out. The size of the tiles, and then here we want to specify the grids to justify them from center like this, or from start or end. Done. And here we got some panels for the 40 centimeters. Okay, that I want to open a family template file. Here, metric curtain wall panel, metric curtain wall panel. I open it. Then we want to create the details in this environment. If I search for some roof details, you'll see different kinds of panels. As you can see that I wanna model these. You can see the pitch roof with technical details. So I want to model this, and the considered values are hypothetic. 200s, 40 and 40. Then we open the exterior view, 400s. Then we open the plan view. Then we want to start modeling. So firstly, we should pick the exterior edge, since we got some overlappings between the panels. At the size of the thicknesses, for example 1 centimeter for the thickness of the panel, and for the other side, 3 grooves, I consider 4 centimeters. Then I start drawing them by extrusion line. Watch this. Then I continue 2 centimeters upwards. Then I extend it for 25 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 5 millimeters, again 1 and 5 millimeters, 10, and then we extend it like this way. Watch this. Then we want to slope this, specify angle for it. So by rotate, we rotate it at from this point to the other point. Watch this. This is the result. I click on finish to save the changes. I open the exterior view, and then I connect it to the reference plane. I open the plan view. However, I should have extended it. Control Z. Again, I select them, then move and place them there. Then I should trim it. I made a mistake. Let me trim this part like this way. Finish. Here it is open. I close it and finish. Done. So we fixed it. Again, I edit it, select them all, rotate, and place center of rotation, and the other point, remove it, finish. Then let me open the exterior view, connect to the reference plane, and lock. Watch this. Up to now we got this. Let me assign the parameter of material. I name it m-roof, like this way. Then I want to test it to see whether it works or not. So after the trial and error, but before that let me save the file as ir roof tile. Okay, then I load it into the project. Then I select the slope glazing or panel. Here I open the curtain panel. I select the created panel and then I click on OK. Delete type, replace. Well done. Watch this. Let's check them out. I put them inside the section box to check the details and the way they are justified and arranged. Here from this view, firstly, as you can see, the direction of position is not correct. It should be rotated at 90 degrees. So I can rotate them here by defining 90 degrees for angle. 90, cancel. Let's see, minus 90 degrees. 89. Let me click here and define 90 degrees. Still it is not accepted. Again I select this part. 89. Let me see, can't make the type, cancel. Let me try 89 and 89 for both. Wait for a second. I'm waiting to be loaded. Delete, replace. As you can see, they are rotated, but this is not what we wanted to do since they are not covering each other. And the another point here is that we had to rotate them, in the family template file. So we undo the process, then we get back to the family, and in the exterior view we want to rotate them 90 degrees, Control Z. Let's see what is the problem. Rotate 90 degrees. Done. Very well. And then I connect them to the reference planes. I can delete these two reference planes, then I load them again, overriding the existing versions, select, and then replacing the new panel. Can't make the type, replace and delete. Watch this. This time is better than before. Let me section this like this way. Let's check it out. But still the direction is reversed. Opening the left or right view, we use mirror and unchecking copy to changing the direction. Again I load it and overwrite the existing version. Watch this. Right now the direction is okay, but still these are not arranged accurately. So again we should get back and then selecting the model, and I want to draw a reference plane at the center, at the midpoint. Then I equalize both sides like this way. Afterwards, mirror peak axis, unchecking copy and mirror it. Again, overriding the existing version. Watch this. Better. After this, I press down tab to select one of them. Press down tab. Let me rotate the scene like this way. Check this out. This is the model, and still the slope is not correct. Again, select and rotate, place center of rotation from this point and then the second point, like this way. Again, I reload it, overriding the existing version. Better than before. This is perfect. And as you remember, previous times we got encountered with these messages like delete items, replace items, since the panels cannot be provided in smaller sizes and they will be deleted. Let me select the roof here. Then I set it to beginning, justification by beginning, by this way. And let me set it to end, and like this way. Or I set the justification for grid 1 to center. Here we got 30 in 4D. Let me select one of them, right click, select panels, line grid 2. Then I can open it and selecting the another type. Let me check the others. Select panel, grid 2. I mean, these are not supported by software, so we have to replace them manually. Again, select this, select panels, align grid 2, specifying the new types, roof tile, and also the last row, line grid 2, and choosing the another type. Then let us check it again. Watch this. By this way. And we can select the walls and then attach them to the roof. However, for the substrate layers we can use beam structural framing. However, in the future sessions we will talk about beam system, beams and structural framings. I tell you what to do, and as we have specified the material, link the material parameter. I can search for a material in material browser. I search for wood, for instance, and then I assign it like this using the appearance and OK. Check this out, set it and get to texture, visual, style. Again, I can select one of them and changing the texture of the material, changing the scale. I click on the image and then link texture transform, and I change the sample size 2000 and 2000, or 4000 actually. It is not reasonable. I search for roof. Here we got some metal materials related to roof. Watch this, that we can replace them like rubber, or let's see, again roof. I move downwards, watch the tiles, and let me see, in all materials I add this and okay, apply. Watch this. Then I set it to realistic to check the reflections. Watch this. By this way you can model and consider panels and roofs, and we can schedule the number of panels in schedule tables, but note that the value of details should be done based on the needs of the project. That we do not do this for the larger scale project, since we'll have a large size file.